Yeah, hi there. These comments are for RT, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. You completed the pronunciation post-test or final exam for the pronunciation area of my course, and throughout the quarter, you have been working in the pronunciation section of my website independently, trying to solve as many pronunciation issues as you can. And now I'm going to listen to and give you some feedback so you can kind of see your progress, and also this will be a grade that I will put into InGrade. Okay, here, so now let's go to I think there's a part A and a part B. So part A, you will read a specific paragraph. Okay, here we go.
When two people are talking. Part A.
Okay, what I want you to do now is you may want to go to InGrade. I want you to read the paragraph with me out loud one time. And then as you read it, I'll identify a few problems you might be having. Then you can go back, listen to my recording, and practice with me a few times. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. When two people are talking to each other, they tend to stand a specific distance apart. Each person has an invisible boundary around his or her body into which other people may not come. If someone pierces this boundary, she or he will feel uncomfortable and move away to increase the distance between them. The major exception is family members and other loved ones. This personal distance is not due to body odor or bad breath, but because closeness lends a sense of intimacy that is at odds with the relationship to the other individual. Alright, so you say,
when two people are talking to each other, they tend to stand a specific distance apart.
Not bad.
Each person has an invisible boundary.
You can say has an invisible boundary, not has an invisible boundary.
And his or her body into which other people may not come.
Okay.
If someone pierces with this boundary, she or he will feel uncomfortable and more away to increase the distance between them.
Okay.
The major exception is family members and other loved ones.
Okay.
This personal distance is not due to body odor or bad breath, but because closeness lends a sense of intimacy that is with the relationship to the other individual.
So you had trouble with that last sentence, so let's go to the part you had difficulty with. So you say, because closeness lends a sense of intimacy that is at odds with the relationship to the other individual. So let's read that final sentence one more time. You ready? 3, 2, 1. This personal distance is not due to body odor or bad breath, but because closeness lends a sense of intimacy that is at odds with the relationship to the other individual. And now you're answering 3 questions.
Part B. 1. My best friend is Kana. She is Japanese friend.
I would say my best friend is Kanako, who is a Japanese friend, instead of saying she is. So use those connectors as a way of avoiding a very simplistic type sentence style.
Kana is best friend because she always stands by me.
She always stands, S. Don't forget the S on that third person singular verb there.
She can understand me.
When you say she can, you can say she can understand me. So when you use the word can in the main verb, you have to put more stress in the main verb. So you'll say she can understand me.
For example, when I was broken with my boyfriend, she helped.
When I was, let's go back to what you said there.
For example, when I was broken with my.
You're not clear pronouncing that, but you can say when I broke up. Sounds like you're saying when I was broken with, but you want to say when I broke up with my boyfriend.
She helped me a lot.
Okay. I like she helped. So you're definitely pronouncing that ED on the end of that verb.
Whenever I need her, I need help. she contacted with me and she came my home.
Let's go back. You're having some problems with your verb tenses here.
I need help. She contacted with me and she came my home.
So she contacted me and she came to my home, I would say. But your verbs are okay. You're saying contacted and came. Both are past tense verbs. You're talking about a past action.
She sympathized my.
Too many pauses there. Be careful. You have a lot of hesitations. That will cause some intelligibility problems with your speech.
And gave me some advice. So she tried to make me feel better, happy. So also when she need help, I can help.
When she needs, put the S there. When she needs help.
Her as much as possible. So we can help each other. So we are best friends forever. 2. 5 years later, I work at the company in Japan.
5 years later, I work. Now, I don't think so. 5 years later, I will work at a company. So when you're talking about a future type action, you want to use future tense to explain that.
And so I could earn a lot of money.
I will be able to earn a lot of money, or I am going to earn a lot of money.
So I sometimes go to trip with my friend.
I sometimes go on a trip.
And my family. Also, maybe I have a boyfriend and we think about.
Maybe I will have a boyfriend and we will think so. Because you're using more simple present to explain the idea, it doesn't sound like you're talking about a future action. It sounds like you're talking about something right now. So because of your problems with your verb tense or your inability to use the future verb tense, it's hard for me to understand the time frame that you're trying to communicate.
Getting married.
So if you want to use this, you might say, in 5 years, I will have married my boyfriend. Something like that. So you could probably use future perfect in that case.
So, but I don't want to quit my job. So probably I will be thinking that I should get married or not. 5 years later. 3.
So let's say that this is something you might want to think about right now. So I think that in terms of talking about the future and conceptualizing and hypothesizing and theorizing and speculating, you don't, at this point, in my opinion, have the grammar that allows you to do that. So for you, you want to study, I would say study what's called future perfect tense. Study the future tense. You might want to also talk about either present or past impossible conditions. You can Google these terms and learn more about them, or you can go into your grammar book and learn more about them, but I think this is a weakness that you have with your grammar.
My favorite season is spring because I like cherry blossom. In Japan, we can see cherry blossom in spring season. So there is a park that we can see cherry blossom near my home. So every spring, I bring some food to the park, and I eat some food and see the cherry blossom with my friend. Also,
I'm not sure what you're saying there. Hold on a minute.
In spring season, so There's a park that we can see cherry blossom near my home.
That, I'm not exactly sure what you're saying there. It's
So every spring, I bring some food to the park, and
that was good, using simple present. So every spring I bring. In that case, you're using the simple present to talk about a habitual action. To me, that makes sense.
I eat some food and see the cherry blossom.
And see, table sum, that I'm not exactly sure what you're saying. It might be a word stress issue. You might be leaving out a syllable, or you just flat out are not pronouncing the sounds clearly, but I'm not sure what you're saying there.
With my friend. Also, it's good weather in spring, so it's not too hot and too cold.
Which is why I also think this is my favorite season of the year. That's how I would use that which is why, use that idea to help connect it back to the purpose of your speaking, which is why spring is your favorite season of the year.
So I like spring the best.
Yeah, I do too, by the way. Spring is a great time of the year, isn't it? Okay, now, number 2. Let's take a look at the intelligibility scale. We can figure out your score here. So, just from a pronunciation standpoint, I'd like you to go to the pronunciation area of my course and do a little bit more work on intonation and also thought groups and blending. You can learn more about that in that area of my course. I would even do this. If I were you, of course I'm not, but if I were, keep going through my pronunciation videos and read out loud with me so you can practice what's called tracking. Tracking means you're going to try to read with me as you read the words and the sample sentences and the sample paragraphs. You're going to try to read with me in the video using the same pace, same rhythm, same tone, and everything. Okay, so we know that you need to work more on your pronunciation. I've given you some feedback there. You're also having some problems with your grammar, right? So I'd like you to go into the grammar part of my course, maybe when you get some time. And I would start with my grammar diagnostic pretest. Take that first. That will tell you what areas of English grammar you are less familiar with, and then you can go to those specific lessons in my website and strengthen those areas. Overall here, I'm going to put you in the 3 range, intermediate level with your speaking abilities. I'm going to put you at about 3.4 out of 7. So you're intermediate, you're kind of in the middle, so you need to do a lot of speaking, am I right? Okay, now let's go to the syllabus and let's take a look at what you've said here. So under pronunciation at 3.4 out of 7, this is going to put you at 86% on this assignment. Okay, thank you very much.